everyone! Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. My name is Emma, and a special hello and welcome back to all our Homework Club kids. Hello and welcome back! Today we're going to be reading two books. Yes, I said two. Pete the Kitty and the Case of the Hiccups. And we're also getting started on our Magic Tree House book, Afternoon on the Amazon, so stick around. But first, we're going to talk about our positive action or our positive tip of the day. Today, we are talking about being honest with ourselves and our emotions. So there's a lot of big emotions out there. Anger, fear, anxiety, worry. Those are all feelings that have the tendency to stay with us and to stay really heavy with us. So they're always on our mind. Maybe we wake up, it's the first thing we think about. We just can't get it out of our brain. It's really worrying us and we just don't want to deal with it, so we ignore it. We push it away. That's not healthy. It's important to acknowledge those difficult feelings because we have to work through them. They're not going to go away. And I know that's hard, and I know it's a skill. It's not just going to happen overnight. You're not just going to wake up and think about that anger and it's all gone. No, of course not. If it was that easy, the world would be a better place. But it's not. It's something we have to work for and work on. And that's okay because it takes time. But you deserve that time. Take that time to get to know yourself and your emotions. You deserve it. Love yourself, but also be honest with yourself. And if you need to, talk to someone about those emotions. It can really, really help you understand what's going on in your head and maybe why it's going on in your head. So take a second, reflect, do some self-reflection. And if that's not really working, and if you're not really finding yourself to be honest with yourself in that situation, talk to someone and maybe they can hold you accountable. Maybe they can make sure you're being honest with yourself. All right, so that was pretty heavy, but now we've got some nice light stuff to look forward to. So let's get to our books. So as I mentioned previously or before, we are going to be reading Pete the Kitty and the Case of the Hiccups. So we're going to start off with a kind of more easy read book and work our way up to our chapter book. All right, so let's get started. Pete the Kitty and the Case of the Hiccups by James Dean. Hiccup. Oh no, Pete has the hiccups. Hiccup, hiccup. How do you stop the hiccups? Pete asks Grumpy Toad, "How do I stop my hiccups?" "I know," says Grumpy Toad. "You stand on one foot." Have you guys ever tried to do that? Stand on one foot? Let me know if it works. Pete stands on one foot. Hiccup! Pete still has the hiccups. Didn't work for Pete. Pete asks Callie, "How do you stop my hiccups?" "I know," says Callie. "You stand on one foot and hop up and down." Pete stands on one foot and he hops up and down. Hiccup, hiccup. Pete still has the hiccups. Pete asks Gus, "How do I stop my hiccups?" "I know," says Gus. "You stand on one foot, hop up and down, and sing a song." Let's see if it works. What do you guys think? Pete stands on one foot, he hops up and down, he sings a song. Hiccup, hiccup, hiccup. Pete still has the hiccups. Poor Pete. Pete asks Bob, "How do I stop my hiccups?" "I know," says Bob. Look at Bob. He's riding a surfboard. "You stand on one foot, you hop up and down, and sing a song, and rub your belly," says Bob. Pete does it. Hiccup! Nothing is working. Pete still has the hiccups. Go ask Mom, says Bob. I think Bob's got the right idea. Moms always seem to know how to fix everything. Pete asks Mom, how do I stop my hiccups? I know, says Mom. You take a deep breath. Pete takes a deep breath. Hold your breath and blow it out, says Mom. Pete holds his breath. All right, maybe Mom's got the trick. Let's see. Pete blows his breath out. That's it? Pete asks. That's it, says Mom. Pete waits. And he waits. And he waits. All right, so far so good. Maybe Mom had the cure. The hiccups are gone. Moms are so smart. Woo! Moms are so smart. All right, so that is Pete, the kitty, and the case of the hiccups. A quick, simple read for all our younger viewers. And now, stick with us. We're moving to our afternoon on the Amazon. This book doesn't have as many pictures, but if there are pictures, I promise I'll show you. So let's get to it. Afternoon on the Amazon by Mary Pope Osborne. So I'm going to read the prologue just this one time while I read these books because it gives you a little background on what's going on to the story and how everything kind of works. You'll understand in a minute. So, the prologue. One summer day in Fog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. 8-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie climbed into the treehouse. They found it was filled with books. Jack and Annie soon discovered that the treehouse was magic. It could take them to the places in the books. All they had to do was to point at the picture and wish to go there. Jack and Annie visited the times of dinosaurs, knights, pyramids, pirates, and ninjas. Along the way, they discovered that the treehouse belongs to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan is a magical librarian from the time of King Arthur. She travels through time and space gathering books. In their last adventure, Night of the Ninjas, Jack and Annie learned that Morgan was under a spell. To free her, Jack and Annie have to find 4 special things. In old Japan, they found the first thing, a moonstone. Now, Jack and Annie are about to set out in search of a second thing, an afternoon on the Amazon. Chapter 1, Where's Peanut? Hurry, Jack, shouted Annie. Annie ran into Fog Creek woods. Jack followed her. It's still here, Annie called. Jack caught up with Annie. She stood beside a tall oak tree. Jack looked up. The magic treehouse was shining in the afternoon sunlight. We're coming, Peanut, Annie called. She grabbed the rope ladder and started up. Jack followed. They climbed and climbed. Finally, they climbed into the treehouse. Peanut, said Annie. Jack took his book bag off and looked around. Sunlight slanted across the stack of books. Books about ninjas, pirates, mummies, knights, and dinosaurs. The letter M shimmered on the wooden floor. M for Morgan Le Fay. I don't think Peanut's here, said Jack. I wonder where she is, said Annie. How do you know Peanut is a she? Asked Jack. I don't know, said Annie. Oh, brother, said Jack. Squeak! Annie laughed. Look, Jack! A small pink sock was moving across the floor. Yesterday, Annie had turned her sock into a bed for Peanut. Annie picked up the tiny lump. Squeak! A brown and white mouse peeked out of the sock. She looked from Annie to Jack with her big eyes. Jack laughed. "Hi, Peanut," he said. "Will you help us again today?" asked Annie. In old Japan, Peanut had helped them when they'd gotten lost. "We have to find 3 more things for Morgan," said Annie. Jack pushed his glasses into place and said, "First, we have to find a clue that tells us where to begin." "Guess what?" said Annie. "What?" said Jack. "We don't have to look very far." She pointed at the corner of the treehouse. In the shadows, there was an open book. Chapter 2, Big Bugs. I don't like big bugs. "Wow," said Jack. Picking up the book, the ninja book was open yesterday. Now this one. Who opened them? Jack closed the book and looked at the cover. It showed a picture of a green forest. The trees were very tall and close together. On the cover, the words read, whew, say that 5 times fast. "The rainforest." "Oh, wow," said Jack. "Oh, no," said Annie. "What's wrong?" said Jack. "I learned about the rainforest in school," said Annie. "It's filled with big bugs and spiders." "I know," said Jack. "Half of them have never been named." "It's creepy," said Annie. "It's neat," said Jack. He wanted to take lots of notes in the rainforest. Maybe he could even name some of the unknown bugs. "Neat." "Yuck," said Annie. She shivered. "I don't get it," said Jack. "You weren't so afraid of the dinosaurs." "So?" "You weren't afraid of the castle guards or mummy ghosts." "So?" "You weren't afraid of the pirates or ninjas." "So?" "You weren't afraid of the really scary things, but you're afraid of the little bugs and spiders?" That doesn't make sense. "So?" Jack sighed. "Listen," he said. "We have to go there to help Morgan. That's why the book was left open." "I know that," said Annie, frowning. "Plus, the rainforests are being cut down," said Jack. "Don't you want to see it before it's too late?" Annie took a deep breath and slowly nodded. "Okay then, let's go," said Jack. He opened the book again. He pointed at the picture that showed blue sky, green leaves, and bright flowers. Here's a little picture. I promised I wouldn't forget. "I wish we could go there," he said. The wind began to blow. Squeak! "Stay here, Peanut," said Annie as she put the mouse in her pocket. The wind picked up. The treehouse started to spin. Jack squeezed his eyes tight. The wind was whistling now. The treehouse was spinning faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Wild sounds broke the silence. Screech! Buzz! Chirp, chirp. All right. So that's it for chapter 2. We're going to save it. We're going to bookmark it at chapter 3. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more reading. And we're also going to be doing a super fun science experiment. So get excited and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you for watching.